Man-made wonders, the greatest man-made structures. This is a compilation of the most amazing man-made wonders of the world, such as the Eiffel Tower, Brooklyn Bridge, and the Great Wall of China. These structures transcend notions of what humans are capable of creating, and occasionally they even appear to defy gravity. Watch this video to see these amazing feats of engineering. The Eiffel Tower. Paris is home to numerous stunning landmarks, including Notre Dame, the Louvre, the Arc de Triomphe, and many others. Even though it has only been a part of the city for 131 years, the Eiffel Tower continues to be the most recognizable feature of France's capital. The 300-meter-tall Iron Tower was erected for the 1889 World's Fair and was designed by Gustave Eiffel. It was constructed in a little over 2 years, which was thought to be a record at the time. The Taj Mahal. India's Taj Mahal, the most magnificent mausoleum ever built, is delicate and elegant. It's embellished with floral and geometric designs, jewels, calligraphy, and lace-like design made of white marble that reflects the sun's shifting colors in front of a dazzling reflecting pool. The mausoleum took 20 years to construct and was ordered in 1632 by Emperor Shah Jahan for his wife Mumtaz Mahal. The Pyramids at Giza. The 3 ancient Egyptian pyramids outside of Cairo, which are the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still intact, are home to the tombs of 3 pharaohs: Khufu, his son Khafre, and his son Menkaure. Khufu's pyramid, which originally stood 139 meters tall, is known as the Great Pyramid because it's the largest. The 3 incredible buildings took 70 years to complete. Whatever the method of construction, the majestic pyramids are still standing today, to surprise visitors as they did thousands of years ago. The Golden Gate Bridge. San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge, one of the most well-known in the world and maybe the most breathtaking, crosses the Golden Gate Strait, which connects the San Francisco Bay to the Pacific Ocean. The suspension bridge's most recognizable feature, in addition to the eye-catching towers and flowing cables, is the distinctive color known as International Orange painted on the steel framework. One of the greatest structures ever is the Golden Gate Bridge. Big Ben and the House of Parliament. London's skyline is dominated by the most recognizable and adored clock tower in the entire globe. Although the 96-meter tower is known as Elizabeth Tower, Big Ben is the name of the bell within. In 1834, a fire destroyed the historic Palace of Westminster, which today serves as the location of the British government's parliament. The elaborate Parliament building and the tower took 30 years to construct, and Charles Barry designed them to effortlessly mix in with the still existing medieval structures. Christ the Redeemer. The only modern building chosen to be one of the new 7 wonders of the world is the 30-meter-tall Art Deco monument with outstretched arms that guards Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. It was finished in 1931. Even people who are not religious are moved by the magnificence of Christ the Redeemer, which is perched over 700 meters above the sea on Corcovado Mountain. The monument, also known as Cristo Redentor locally, is a feature of Tijuca National Park, the world's biggest urban rainforest. Sydney Opera House. Even if you've never been to the opera, the sweeping arches of this edifice over Sydney Harbour, Australia, are likely to be familiar. It stands alone as one of the undeniable triumphs of human ingenuity, not only in the 20th century, but throughout human history. The vaulted shells of the Opera House appear to break out of their harborside location, at once utterly contemporary, yet evoking emotion. A dramatic setting to match the drama of the performing arts it contains. The Great Wall of China. This architectural masterpiece merges with the scenery it was designed to protect as it rolls over China's terrain. The Great Wall is made up of various branches that stretch for thousands of kilometers. The military defense system's length was likely over 20,920 kilometers, built over 2 millennia. While part of it is no longer standing, it's still the world's longest wall. It's difficult not to be impressed by one of humanity's greatest architectural feats. The Colosseum. Every historical landmark in Rome is breathtakingly magnificent. From the Roman Forum, to Palatine Hill, to the Pantheon Temple, to the chariot racetrack Circus Maximus. All relics of a once thriving and bustling city. But one location epitomizes all of ancient Rome's glory: the Colosseum. It was erected for the same objectives as today's stadiums: sport and entertainment. It was a gigantic stone amphitheater initially coated in marble and travertine. This massive building, which can hold more than 50,000 people, took 8 years to create. The entertainment was often gruesome, with genuine gladiators battling to the death. Neuschwanstein Castle. There are many beautiful castles in Germany, but the most romantic has to be Neuschwanstein in Bavaria. Ludwig II, dubbed the fairy tale king, was so impressed by the mountain landscape that he intended to build a lovely palace in the style of old poetry. Neuschwanstein appears to hover above the surrounding landscape, although the castle isn't very high. This is due to the castle's mountain perch, which also made building a challenge. Its beauty, on the other hand, is unrivaled. Angkor Wat. In the Middle Ages, this beautifully painted Buddhist monastery complex in Cambodia became an important pilgrimage site. Today, all religions admire Angkor Wat for its skillful construction of 5 towers, bas-reliefs, and astounding grandeur, as the world's greatest religious monument. Furthermore, the forest seized portions of the ruins and merged with the building. Massive trees appear to grow out of the stone itself. The entire Angkor area is worth touring. It's regarded as the greatest in the region and is even featured on Cambodia's flag. The Empire State Building. This Art Deco skyscraper has become legendary. King Kong scaled it, lovers married on Valentine's Day atop it. It's the world's most photographed structure, and it's dominated the New York skyline for over 100 years. The Empire State Building was opened in 1931 and is 381 meters tall. The only New York City skyscraper that can compete with its beauty is maybe the Chrysler Building. But the Empire State overcame its competitor in both height and popularity to become the city's top landmark. Petra. Petra, Jordan's historic Rose City, was an important hub on Middle Eastern trade routes 2,000 years ago. The remains, which were gradually abandoned following an earthquake, are now a sad reminder of that desert country. The treasury, nestled at the bottom of a gorge, is one of Petra's most amazing constructions, an unexpectedly lovely sight in the natural terrain. Another amazing sight is the monastery, a building cut directly out of the rock from which it's created. Machu Picchu. This amazing Inca structure in Peru was hidden in a tropical jungle in the Andes Mountains until 1911 when it was rediscovered. Machu Picchu was constructed in the 15th century. Farmland terraces surround the main citadel. The Sun Temple, for example, was used for religious and astronomical purposes, with its window aligned with the summer solstice. No one knows why Machu Picchu was built, but there's no denying it's a mystical site whose site still touches us today. Stonehenge. The Stonehenge Stone Circle in Wiltshire, England, is another mystery building linked with the solstices. It appears to have no practical function, hence it was created for spiritual purposes. We also don't know how it was built, given the stones weigh up to 30 tons. But its dimensions are so perfect that it's apparent that engineers and builders understood exactly what they were doing. The fact that it's still standing today adds to its magnificence. Versailles. The Palace of Versailles is one of the greatest royal homes ever built, a masterwork of grandiose proportions and outrageous indulgence. King Louis XIV considerably extended the chateau, which was originally established as a hunting lodge just outside of Paris. The palace's massive appearance is matched by its grandeur on the inside, with 357 mirrors in its framed 73-meter-long hall of mirrors. Versailles' grandeur is rarely matched, yet it also contains some of the world's most memorable royal gardens. The Leaning Tower of Pisa. This bell tower owes some of its distinctive beauty to nature, and some to the error of its ambitious architects, whose shaky base resulted in the tower's famed tilt. Begun in 1173, the Tower of Pisa, Italy, has undergone several restoration operations in an attempt to stop the lean and prevent the tower from collapsing. It's still a stunning edifice, with 30 white marble arches on each of its middle 6 stories and a total of 207 columns. The Parthenon. This landmark ancient Greek temple is located on the Acropolis, a rocky peak and natural citadel high in the center of Athens, making it visible throughout the city. This marble structure, dedicated to Athena, the goddess of war and knowledge, was built around 440 BCE and is embellished with sculptures and reliefs representing gods and wars. The Forbidden City. In all of its richness and vibrancy, the Beijing Royal Palace complex is an extraordinary masterpiece of Chinese architecture. The Forbidden City, which was completed in 1420, is a collection of structures encircled by a 3-kilometer-long wall and moat. It's exquisitely painted in yellow and red, with vivid decorations, legendary animals, and distinctively formed sloping roofs. The Forbidden City's grandest structure, the Hall of Supreme Harmony, houses the throne atop a 3-tiered marble terrace. Beyond are the royal palaces. La Sagrada Família. Barcelona is well known for Antoni Gaudi's unusual architecture. His most extravagantly gorgeous masterpiece is La Sagrada Família, a church he began in 1882 and is still under construction. It's anticipated to be finished in 2026. The church, which resembles a drip sandcastle, has several towering spires and points along the roof, as well as stone and plaster sculptures and embellishments, as well as colorful pinnacles. La Sagrada Família also has some of the world's most beautiful stained glass windows. Moai of Easter Island. These enormous heads are also utterly unique, with no counterparts anywhere else on Earth. Almost 1,000 of the sculptures stand vigil across Easter Island in the Pacific Ocean, reflecting a melancholy beauty with their broad, wide noses, powerful chins, and lips set in a seemingly determined attitude. The sculptures, known as Moai, were created by Polynesians between 1400 and 1650 out of volcanic rock from a nearby quarry. While we conceive of them as heads, archaeologists have unearthed evidence that they had bodies below the ground. The Statue of Liberty. For more than a century, a statue has greeted tourists and immigrants to New York Harbor. Lady Liberty, a gift from France in 1886, has flowing robes, a crown, and carries a torch and a plaque reading July 4, 1776. She is 93 meters tall, including the pedestal, and is composed of copper, which has produced her distinctive green color. Although she is artistically stunning, her popularity stems from her symbolism of freedom for Americans and those who come to the country in search of a better life. Chichen Itza. The largest pre-Hispanic building in Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula is the massive step pyramid known as the Castle, or Temple Culhuacan, among the ancient ruins of Chichen Itza. The center building, named after the Mayan god Culhuacan, a feathered snake, stands over 30 meters tall and has 91 stairs on each of its 4 sides. Because the temple is aligned with the sun, the shadow of a snake seems to crawl down the pyramid during the spring and fall equinoxes. The Blue Mosque. The Blue Mosque, with its 6 majestic minarets, a large dome, and 8 smaller but equally impressive stained glass windows. The 20,000 Iznik porcelain tiles in brilliant blue, green, and turquoise that cover the interior and give the mosque its name are the mosque's crowning splendor. Patterns, geometric bands, and medallions are created with reds and yellows, as well as gold calligraphy. Subjects include flowers, fruit, and cypresses. Highclere Castle. The genuine English manor house, better known as the setting for Downton Abbey, is one of the most gorgeous in the country. The almost square architecture of Highclere Castle includes a central tower with 4 subsidiary towers at each corner, and spires on the towers and along the roof give the castle its towering aspect. The interior matches the regal exterior. The saloon has a 3-story, 15-meter-high roof with skylights and is ringed by a 2nd-floor gallery accessible by an elegant wood staircase. Mont-Saint-Michel. The stunning view from afar is what distinguishes this monastery. Mount St. Michael lies on a small but steep rock on a little island just off the north coast of France in Normandy. The abbey's spire rises to the sky and appears to float above the clouds on a foggy day. The island is encircled by water at high tide. At low tide, a sandy walkway connects to the hamlet below. The abbey's surroundings must have created a feeling of peril and mystery that still exists now. Giant Buddha of Leshan. On Mount Moai stands a 70-meter-tall Buddha carved out of red sandstone. The Buddha is partially hidden by the foliage and the Mount Moai scenic area of protected natural beauty, giving the impression that he's wearing the forest. His carefully sculpted peaceful face looks toward the confluence of 3 rivers. His hair is also covered in over 1,000 chignons, and his long ears are made of clay-smeared wood to attach to the rest of the stone head. Burj Khalifa. From the ancient to the ultra-modern, this high-tech but gorgeous edifice in Dubai is the world's current highest at over 820 meters. Its narrow cylinders appear to spiral upward, terminating in a needle-like tip. The outside of the Burj Khalifa, which opened in 2010, shines and gleams owing to reflective glazing and approximately 26,000 hand-cut glass panels. The sophisticated yet subtle beauty of the structure may be attributed to its inspiration from nature. The floor plan was based on the form of the hemercalis, a desert flower native to the region. Paro Taktsang. This monastery in Bhutan's Himalayan highlands defies gravity. Its inventive moniker, Tiger's Nest, conjures up images of a hazardous, yet protected retreat. The Buddhist temples, built in 1692 against the edge of a cliff, approximately 915 meters above the valley below, are piled over one another and stand out from the rock in a colorful blend of white, red, and gold.